Hi everybody, this is Karine from Karine's VSG, and I'm coming to you with my two-week post-surgery, post-plastics video. And I showed you that it is snowing beautifully today. I kind of wish that my camera would do both, would go on both inside and outside, but it's not. I'd have to go outside for that. Anyway, post-surgery checkup. All right, this week I have experienced, okay, so I had a tummy tuck and penniculectomy on 12/31/2019, the last day of the year. And so today is day 15 from surgery. Yesterday was my 2-week surgery. So I am coming to you today to tell you a few things about my surgery. Okay, so I went through that first week just barely moving, literally barely moving. Every time I moved, it hurt. It felt like my stomach was burning right off. So it's painful. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that it's not something that is easy to do, because it's not. It's painful. So this last week now, my second week, that pain has kind of diminished quite a bit. I've been wearing my compression thing every day, and so that's helping keep me contained. And sorry this is wiggly, but I'm having to hold my camera or my phone. So anyway, and as you can see, I still have my tree up because I am not able to lift boxes yet. So the boxes are still downstairs, and I'm just going to leave it up until I absolutely have to take it down. So if people think I'm crazy, that's okay. I don't mind. Anyway, so my second week, I started experiencing what I would call nerve pain. So that is the nerves growing back together. And so you feel this sensation of like skin burning or itching, and a lot of itching. They did take the drains out on the 9th, the 8th or the 9th. They took the drains out like I mentioned before, so those are gone. Those are healing over just fine, but it's just between the drain holes and the stitches for the penniculectomy that is itching. It's really, really itchy. And then of course my back itches because I'm wearing the compression garment, and so I try to wear a tank top in between so that you don't have that compression garment right on. Today I do not have anything in between. I took a shower yesterday, so I didn't put it on yesterday, and I tried to wear a support garment yesterday. That was not successful. I think it's because it didn't support my back as well as the compression thing. So they will give you a compression garment. It's just a band that goes around your stomach from the bottom of your breast down to your pubic area. Okay, that's all I can describe it. And so you don't need to buy a garment. I don't know if every doctor does that, but I'm pretty sure every doctor does. They should anyway. And you should keep that garment on all the time. I asked my doctor at my at the 9th day, or when I went to my doctor's appointment, if I could take it off, and he says, yeah, 20 minutes a day. So I took showers without it, and then I washed it once, and so that took a little while. And then otherwise I've just taken it off and relaxed for a little bit and put it back. But my stomach is tight. So it's a weird feeling. It's almost like, okay, the compression garment is keeping it in, so you feel like it's okay. But when you take it off, your stomach is still tight, or mine is anyway. And so because your stomach is still tight, it's just a weird feeling. And so I'm hunched over quite a bit. I cannot walk very fast, even with it this way. So yeah, just keep the compression garment on. I know, Patrice, you said something about a compression garment, and I wouldn't suggest you buy anything that you have to pull up. It is going to be painful for a long while. So pulling something up over this will not feel good. Now, I don't know if you've had a cesarean section or not, but that's what the penniculectomy feels like, is like a cesarean section, but it's from hip to hip. So the thing that really was painful my first week especially was the tummy tuck, the actual sewing of the muscles together. And so that hurts a lot, I think. I still have stabbing pain every now and then in that part of my stomach, and I just kind of breathe through it. I quit taking the pain medication they gave me because I think the pain medication was upsetting my stomach, and I was kind of worried about my stomach. I was taking only like one a day this last week. I was trying to get to sleep, and so I was taking them, but yesterday I didn't take one at all, and I feel fine today. I still have that burning, itching sensation, and there are times when I just want to scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch, and I just try to resist, but it feels so good when you scratch. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. So anyway, he did not do a Fleur de Lis on me, and I'm kind of disappointed in that because I still have some flabby skin right under my breasts, and I'm wondering if that's going to go down. I know I'm still swollen because I can see it when I take the compression garment off, and that swollen thing is going to be there for a while. So, but I'm still pretty happy with the way it looks right now. I mean, it's so odd to me. This is probably what I looked like before I had children. But it's been 37 years since I've seen my stomach flat like that. Now he did take my belly button off. There are some surgeons that will take the belly button off and they'll cut it off. And he's like, they shouldn't do that. What they should do is cut the skin around the belly button hole. And then when they move the skin down from the tummy tuck or from up above, they create a new hole and sew it back in. Some doctors will actually cut the post of the belly button off, and my doctor did not do that. He doesn't think that's the right thing. He's trying to make it look as natural as possible. So I wish I could show you, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem decent. It's pretty. My incision is pretty low. It kind of goes like I don't know how to describe it for you. Here, I got to hold. It kind of goes like this and then down and then back up. So if I were to show you, I'd be showing some pretty private stuff. So I don't think I will do that. I might show you my belly button at one point, but I wasn't really concerned about the belly button myself because I would never wear a bikini again. There's no way you ever see me in a bikini. In fact, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to even wear anything like swimming like that. I haven't swam for so long though. I think I've gone once in the last 5 years. Probably once in the last 15 years. I don't know. I just don't swim anymore, and it's something I used to love to do, but it's just not a viable thing for me anymore. My legs are really, really crepey in between my thighs here, and they sag, and it just doesn't look good. So I would have to have a bathing suit that had longer legs. I know they have the shorter, like boy cut legs, but those are not long enough. Mine would have to go down at least 6 inches, and so I haven't found anything like that. I could probably just wear my bike shorts, and so I've just determined if I ever go swimming, that's what I would do. So anyway, so that is healing really good. They said I have an appointment on the 22nd, and he said that they would probably remove the tape on the stitches at that point. That tape is sticky on both sides. And then I was looking, because when I had my hysterectomy, I got this stuff. I think it was like a silicone bandage, and it's for scars or something. And I put that on the scar, and that healed that scar really, really well. I really could hardly see where that scar was when it was done. And I had that surgery. Well, let's see, Brody's 13. I had that surgery 14 years ago, a year before my grandson was born. So I'm hoping I can order. I saw some on Amazon. I put it in my cart. There's something called Scarway, or there's scar bandages or something that has a silicone thing, and it sticks right on you and it protects that scar. And so I'm planning on getting some of that to put on my scar across the bottom, hoping that will help with the healing. I haven't really done a lot of, I haven't investigated, I haven't looked at it a lot, to be honest. I take a shower and I don't even really look at it. So I don't know how bad it is, but I really don't care. I would rather have the skin gone and a huge ugly scar than to have the skin there and no scar. So that's where I was in my life. And so to me, it just doesn't matter anymore. I mean, some of you that are younger, in your 20s and 30s, yeah, it probably would matter a little bit, but my husband loves me no matter what my body seems to look like. So I don't care what anybody else thinks about that. He's the only one that I care about, and he doesn't care. So because of that, I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it and just let it go. I'll put that silicone stuff on there. That also does protect it from, you know, when you're pulling up your pants or anything like that. It'll keep you from scratching it like I'm doing now. But it's just one of those things I'm just not concerned about. So, but I am feeling much better. Yesterday I went to an event that I go to once every other week or so, and by the time I got home, I was exhausted. And that's probably because I've been inactive for 2 weeks. But I came home and I took a 2.5-hour nap. So please, I would say for my recovery, I would have needed at least a minimum of 3 weeks of recovery. 3 weeks minimum. Because you're recovering that first week, you're not moving around. Just basically moving around. In fact, I changed my step goal every day from 12,000 steps to 2,000, and I've only reached it once. So that first week, you're going to be recovering. So don't push it. Just recover. The second week, you're still going to be recovering, but you'll be able to be a little bit more mobile. You'll be hunched over, kind of, because when you stand up straight, it really hurts. But you'll be able to move around more, but then you'll get that burning, itching feeling, and that's kind of embarrassing when you're sitting there scratching like this. So give yourself a minimum of 3 weeks, I think, for a full recovery where you can go back to. Oh, and because you weren't moving the first week and the second week, you're gonna be tired when you do start moving, because you've just literally been laying around for a couple weeks. So I honestly think that 3 weeks is not out of the realm of possibility as recovery. You know, everybody's probably different that way, but I wouldn't push it because you don't want to relapse. You don't want to get sick on top of it. You can't cough. You can't cough. You can't sneeze. It hurts like the dickens when you sneeze. Even now, even though the upper part of my stomach seems okay, if I sneeze, I really feel it. So I do these little sneezes. It hurts. So that's how I am doing with my surgery. And as far as food, anesthesia always gets me with food. So I have no appetite at all. I finally stepped on my scale last week. I think it was the day before I went for my appointment. No, the day after I came back. I don't remember. I finally stepped on the scale. And according to the scale, it said that I had gone, now I was 1 of 51, I think, when I went in to have my surgery. My scale said when I stepped on it the other day, 143.6. And then 2 days later, I stepped on the scale and I was down to 142.2. So I don't know if I'm still losing weight and I know my eating patterns have been really, really bad. I mean, I just don't feel like eating. Maybe that's me, but I just don't feel like eating. And this happens to me after anesthesia all the time. But the statistics are that having this plastic surgery or this kind of surgery does also help with weight loss for whatever reason. And another thing that I've noticed since this surgery, after I had my bariatric surgery and I lost all my weight, I literally started getting hot flashes a lot, a lot. 5 or 6 a day, 5 or 6 a day, until I did the CHIP program. And then that first week of CHIP, I had no symptoms of menopause or, yeah, hot flashes. But then that gradually came back. So I was having about 1 to 2 a day. And I don't like hot flashes. I don't like hot in any way, shape, or form. That's why I live in Minnesota. But I had 1 or 2 a day. And so I've noticed since the surgery, I don't recall having any. I've been warm, but I've been able to actually sit under a blanket for a length of time and not feel hot. So I'm happy about that. And so I'm just wondering, because they say estrogen is stored in your fat. So if you lose fat, you have less estrogen or something. Anyway, so my hormones are probably messed up again. But I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Oh, and then I asked the doctor if he knew how much he'd taken off of me. And I don't know if he didn't measure or if he hadn't put it down. But I'm going to assume they probably took, I'm going to say 6 to 8 to 9 pounds of fat off of me, of skin and fat. Because if I'm still swollen, which I am, that weight that I did record myself at would reflect that. So I'm going to assume maybe they took off as much as 10 pounds. I don't know, but I'm pretty tight down there. So, yeah, so anyway, I think that I'm recovering pretty well. And next week today I could have started driving. They said that you couldn't drive for 2 weeks. That would start today, but my son's actually going to come and get my car on this weekend so he can practice driving it, because he has a driver's test next week. And so I still don't plan on driving around. My daughter drove me yesterday to the program that we went to. And so I'm still, because I think when you twist or whatever, I still feel that pain down there. And I'm just not sure what that would do if I was driving. So, Sandy, get down. Get down. So anyway, I haven't done any driving. And so my husband will have to do all the driving, at least until my son gets his driver's license. So, and my other daughter is going to be driving us on Sunday down to get together with some friends of ours that we have for a women's retreat. So that's what's been going on with me the last week or so. I've literally been trying to take it easy. Yesterday, my granddaughter was just horrified that she couldn't stay after our program at my house because I told her I just needed to take a nap. And I literally laid down after we got home and I slept 2.5 hours. And so I woke up and I told her mom that I was awake. I slept 2.5 hours, and pretty soon she was over here and she was coloring and drawing, and so she was happy to be here. She would probably move in here if she could get by with it. She loves Oma's house. So anyway, so that's what's been going on. My husband's been taking really good care of me still. I've been trying to find something to eat. Nothing seems to appeal to me. I actually poured a protein shake in some ice this morning because I can't drink it plain without some ice. And I didn't end up drinking it. I cannot tolerate it. So I'll have to find something to eat. I've been eating things like burritos. Well, they're tamales shells with cheese in them is pretty much. And yesterday I put eggs in mine. I ate about half of one of those. And so I still am not able to eat a lot of food. And I feel somewhat that my restriction is more than it used to be. So we went, where was I? And I was so disappointed. Oh, my daughter made dinner, a beautiful dinner here, and I could only eat half of it. So my restriction on my stomach is pretty high. But I was really worried the night before last because my stomach just burned, and I had just taken a pill, and I had eaten some graham crackers to go with it because I don't like to eat or take a pill without food. And I woke up burning stomach, and I was like really worried. I was like, oh no, great, now I'm going to get what do they call them? Stomach ulcer, an ulcer. And I was like, no, so I quit taking the medication. So I do have acetaminophen here. So if I do feel like I need to take something, I will. But I've been putting Neosporin on the itchy places, and that's helped a lot. So maybe just using some kind of a cream of some sort, or maybe Asper cream or Neosporin or something on the itchy parts might help too. But there's this constant like burning feeling along the whole bottom of my stomach. And the mid part of my stomach too. So like the sides here are really, really itchy. So, but anyway, I did put on some pants yesterday, but I ended up taking them off because I was uncomfortable in them. So, I think putting pants on right now, it just irritates that burning sensation, that nerve sensation. So I'll just wait a little longer. Thank goodness for these pajamas. If you don't have any, I highly recommend you order flannel pajamas before your surgery. Bigger ones. Now, I bought these when I was overweight. Aren't they cute with the little shoe on it? They're just flannel pajamas. I got them at Herberger's, I think. I don't even know if the Herberger's exist anymore, but go online, look for women flannel pajamas with pants. Because the belt on this thing is elastic, and these are I think these are a 4X or 2X, but they were so small when I was overweight I couldn't wear them. So I kept them, and I am glad I did. You will want clothes like this when you are recovering. No binding. I actually have to roll look at this. I have to roll the waistband in because they're so big on me. But for this kind of a recovery, this is excellent. It's soft material. It's not scratchy. If you used a polyester, I think it would be itchy. So highly recommend you buy flannel pajamas with pants and a top. If you're in a northern country, or if you're in a country that's chilly especially, I highly recommend this. But yeah, you will want comfortable clothes. Buy bigger clothes and buy the next sized up underwear, because you will be putting the underwear over your compression garment and all of the other things that you've had. So like the drains and stuff, you do not want binding underwear. So I actually went, I wear like a 6 or a 7, 6 I think in normal size. But I went back and that may change too, because I had to wear them that size because I had so much belly here. But I went and bought a package of 8, size 8. So please go and buy, I mean, unless you want to go pantless, but I couldn't see doing that. So go and buy a bigger set or bigger pair of underwear to wear. And I probably have used 4 pair, and I'm washing them, of course, but yeah, buy some bigger underwear. And cotton. Don't buy polyester. Don't buy stretchy. Buy cotton. You want to buy your mother's underwear. I'm just going to tell you that's what you want to do. You want to buy your mom's underwear, because these are the most comfortable for recovery from surgery. You can throw them away when you're done, but for now you want comfort. You don't want anything binding. You don't want anything scratching. You don't want anything at all, because even with the drains, I was able to put the drains up through the undies and then loop the drain down so it did not pull, because that is an issue. And then I would put my my pajama bottoms over the top of the rest of the things. I literally just stuck them in this extra tummy thing. I just stuck the things in there so they weren't hanging out and they weren't getting caught on things. So definitely, those are the 2 things I would highly recommend you do. Buy bigger underpants and buy cotton. Buy flannel pajamas or flannel, some sort of flannel, cotton, or anything to wear while you're recovering, especially. You are going to get the shivers from the pain. There was a couple times when I first got home that I actually had the dry heaves from the pain, which is terrible. But I got through it. And so you just want to be comfortable. Fashion is not important right now. Just be comfortable. Buy some flannel pajamas. Buy them today on Amazon if you've got surgery coming up soon, because they are valuable, and buy them extra big because you'll want that space for your tubes, your drains, everything. So those are my recommendations for this. If I hadn't had those, I'd have been very uncomfortable. I actually went to my daughter's baptism this Sunday, and I wore my leggings, and by the time I got home I was so happy to take those off because it was cutting into my stomach and it was making my skin very upset. So yeah, comfort is king, and that's almost 2 weeks out. So comfort is king in this game. So please buy some comfortable pajamas. And my recommendations, flannel pajamas, because they're harmless and you might end up liking them and wearing them all the time. I don't know. I do when I'm at home. I get in my flannel pajamas. I take my outside clothes off. I get in my pajamas, and this is what I'm in all the time. So if somebody comes to my door, they see me in my pajamas. And that's what you've seen me mostly in. So anyway, those are my recommendations. And I want to wish those of you who are having surgery soon good luck. Made Up Mama, Patrice, you're coming up. And Grace Gets Gastric, you're coming up. I'm praying for you. And Dory, I know you're talking about it. I highly recommend you get the information that you need. And so if there's anybody else and you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comments below. And if you haven't added me already, subscribe to my channel, and I will keep you abreast of what's going on. And I may even give you a skin flick later. It just depends. I'm not going to show I'm not showing down there. I may show you the side of it, but I'm not going to show you down here. That's just my moral beliefs. So I just don't think we should show ourselves. And I may show you my belly button, because that actually was really bruised. So, all right. So I'm going to let you go. Please add me or subscribe to me. Tick the bell. Click on the bell to get notifications when I update. And if you have any questions, please write them in the comments below. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. I'll probably do a video after my doctor's appointment next week. All right, talk to you later. Bye, everyone. And here, I'll let you look at the snow one more time. For those of you who don't have snow, it is snowing beautifully outside. It's out my window. We're we're supposed to get 3 to 4 inches. Makes me happy. All right, bye.